Hello, family and friends of Second Presbyterian Church. I'm so glad to be with you. First, I want to remind you that tonight at 6 p.m., we are having a devotional service of healing and reflection in the chapel here at the church. We want to acknowledge our grief and our loss and to pray for healing as we have lived with COVID for 2 years now. I hope to see some of you there. But as I speak to you now, I hope you noticed where I am as I share this message. This seemed like a great day to share my message with you from the garden at the church. Not only is it a beautiful spring day, this coming Sunday is Earth Care Sunday. I think it's an especially good thing to celebrate Earth Care in Arkansas. It is, after all, the natural state. Sharon and I have learned that this is a great name for this state. In our time here, we have walked through various parks around Little Rock. And last Saturday, we spent the day at Petite Jean State Park. Oh, what a beautiful place, a place to be treasured. We walked along the Cedar Creek Trail and enjoyed seeing the plants coming out of the ground. You all live in such a beautiful part of God's creation. Earth Care Sunday reminds us of this gift and our role as one of God's creations in caring for this gift. I heard someone talk about nature being God's first book of revelation. God revealed himself to us first in nature. And while God speaks to us most clearly through Jesus Christ, God certainly still speaks to us in nature. I can't help but think of a song I learned when I grew up in the church. It was based on a poem set to music and was written long ago, before the author or anyone in his time knew of things like inclusive language. So I ask for your forbearance when I quote it in just a moment, because the message is still very beautiful. The lyrics to the song were written by Maltby Babcock and were not published until after he died in 1901. The original poem had 16 verses of 4 lines each. Aren't you glad we don't sing 16 verses of this hymn? In 1915, this poem was set to music, with 3 verses selected for the hymn. Babcock was a minister from Lockport, New York, and he would often take walks in the woods overlooking a cliff where he would enjoy the beautiful view of Lake Ontario in the upstate New York scenery. As he prepared to go out for his walks, he would often tell his wife that he was going out to see my father's world. And that's what inspired him to write that 16-verse poem. But the words we know are 3 of those verses, and you'll know it. This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings, and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, his hand the wonders wrought. This is my Father's world, the birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world, God shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass, I hear God pass, he speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world, oh let me ne'er forget, that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world. Why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King. Let heavens ring. God reigns. Let the earth be glad. As you go walking about in God's creation this spring, I hope you'll enjoy the beautiful springtime in the natural state. And I hope you'll listen to what God may be saying to you. You know, maybe that's what the psalmist often did. As the psalmist walked around at God's creation and enjoyed the beauty of God's creation, maybe that's what the psalmist was thinking about when he wrote this. The heavens are thine, the earth also is thine. As for the world and the fullness thereof, thou hast founded them. That's from Psalm 89, verse 11. I look forward to seeing you this special Sunday, if not sooner. Peace be with you all.